Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's March 20th, 2013. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbino. Let's turn over to Fire Tip to see where we ended in Chicago today. Corn was up 3 3/4 cents, soybeans up 14 3/4, wheat in Chicago up 14 1/4, and Kansas City was up 13 1/4 as well. We had a positive day across the grains here today, Logan, but let's turn our attention a little bit more closely to the soybean market.
Yeah, you know, Brock, it did seem like yesterday the soybean market finally found some footing. Here, if we take a look at the daily candlestick chart here for that May soybean contract, you can see that we've really had quite a sell-off here in the last couple trade sessions, really the last week and a half. Yesterday, we finally found a bit of a bottom. It seemed like the news out of China that they had canceled a large shipment of soybeans out of Brazil seemed to help this market find a bottom. Certainly, people are now waiting to see, are the Chinese going to source these beans from South America once again, or will some of this business come into the U.S. market? Certainly, soybean bulls out there right now are hoping we pick up some of that business. Seemed like we had some follow-through buying here today as well. And as you said, 14 seemed to really act as an area of support for this contract.
You know, I think that fundamental news got us in the buying mood yesterday. Today it was aided by some technical buying after a long sell-off like that. You're going to see some people, or some traders, some technicians come in and start covering some of their shorts as we've had quite a substantial sell-off over the last week and a half. You know, I think also some commodity funds were in there buying some soybean contracts today. They were net long 6,000 contracts today alone.
Right.
But if we take a little bit longer-term look at what we are experiencing here in the soybean market more recently, you can see that basically we're trading in the middle of the range that we've been trading in from all the way from back in last October and November. We're sitting around 14.20. The high end has been about 14.75 or so, and the low end's been about 13.50. So we're almost smack dab in the middle. You know, I think tomorrow we're really going to have to pay attention to the export sales report.
Right.
You know, if we do get a positive report there, that could really give us a direction here in the days to come.
Right, absolutely. You know, if we look at corn in today's action, switch gears here a little bit. Corn had a relatively more quiet trade day. We did see corn trade lower here to start the day off. It really seemed like it came back, had some strength into the close. As we saw, kind of a quiet day though, up 3 3/4 on the May contract. You know, as we were talking about yesterday on GrainTV, today we did get the EIA ethanol numbers out. And let's jump into our model here and see kind of how that production figure stacked up to where we've seen it throughout the marketing year here so far. This week we did see production move higher here on a week-over-week basis, up 12,000 barrels per day to 809,000 barrels per day. And as we talked about on yesterday's show, we have seen the ethanol crush margin improve here just in the last several days. So this was a good production figure, and it certainly opens the door to another good week of production figures in next Wednesday's report, and we'll keep you posted on that here on GrainTV. So on one hand, we did have a good production figure here today. We saw it pick up a little bit. Our models are still showing that the USDA is overestimating corn going to ethanol by about 100 million bushels. Certainly the big driver of production is that crush margin. We'll keep you posted on that here on GrainTV. The crush margin is going to need to continue to strengthen if we're going to be able to meet the USDA's projection of 4.5 billion bushels of corn being ground into ethanol here this year.
You know, see, it seems like the fundamentals have gotten better for corn more recently. It's kind of been driving that rally we've seen over the last week and a half or so.
Right.
You know, ethanol production has been a little better. Export sales have been running a little bit better. And tomorrow we're going to get the export sales report from the USDA. We're definitely going to be paying attention to what corn, how much corn was exported last week, and how much soybeans as well. You know, if we take a look at the analyst estimates for tomorrow's report, for corn it's about 500 to 650,000 metric tons combined for old crop and new crop. For soybeans it's about 450 to 1 million metric tons, and for wheat it's 550 to 1.12 million metric tons exported next week, or excuse me, last week. And of course we'll be tweeting those numbers once they do come across the newswire. At GrainTV is where you can find us on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook or give us a call at 877-472-4607.
Have a good one.